It looked like a typewriter, but it was more dangerous than any weapon on the battlefield. Every message sent by the German military, from the Atlantic to North Africa, passed through this machine. It was called Enigma. And for years, it was unbreakable, until a group of mathematicians, engineers, and spies came together in secret and cracked it. The Allies would say it shortened the war by years. The Nazis never even knew it had been broken. This is the story of the Enigma Machine and how a hidden war of minds helped win World War II. At the start of World War II, Nazi Germany relied on communication, ships, planes, tanks, all coordinated by radio. But to stay ahead, they needed secrecy, and that's where Enigma came in. To the eye, Enigma looked like a typewriter with wires, but it was a marvel of engineering. Each letter typed would light up a different one. The machine used rotors, rotating disks that changed with every keystroke, creating over 150 quintillion possible combinations. Even if you knew the machine's design, you'd still need the daily key settings, which changed every 24 hours. The message was typed, scrambled beyond recognition, and sent out by radio in Morse code. Whoever received it, with the right Enigma settings, could decode it, letter by letter. For everyone else, it was just gibberish. For the Germans, Enigma was foolproof, but for the Allies, it was a nightmare. The British knew early on that if they could read Enigma encrypted messages, they could anticipate German attacks, in the air, at sea, and on land. So they built a secret operation at a country estate called Bletchley Park. It was quiet, away from bombings, surrounded by trees. But inside, a silent war was being fought. There were linguists, chess players, crossword champions, and engineers. But at the heart of it all was one man, Alan Turing. Turing was a mathematician, socially awkward, often misunderstood, but brilliant. He believed Enigma could be broken with a machine, something faster than any human brain. He designed the bomb, an early electromechanical computer. It worked by mimicking Enigma's wiring and testing thousands of possible key combinations per second. But even that wasn't enough. They needed a starting point. And that came from two things: German habits and Polish intelligence. Before the war, Polish cryptanalysts had studied Enigma. They understood its basic logic. When war broke out, they passed everything to the British. That foundation saved months, maybe years. Then came another breakthrough. The Germans, like all humans, had patterns. They often ended messages with phrases like "Heil Hitler." That predictability gave the Allies a clue, something to anchor the code-breaking process. Using these cribs, Turing's machines worked day and night, narrowing down possible settings, decrypting messages faster and faster. Suddenly, the Allies had access to Nazi secrets. They learned where U-boats were hiding in the Atlantic. They read plans for attacks before they happened. They saved convoys. They diverted forces. And they kept it all a secret. The Germans had no idea Enigma had been compromised. To protect the secret, sometimes the British let attacks happen, just to avoid tipping off the enemy. It was a cold, calculated game, but one that saved millions of lives. By 1943, codebreakers at Bletchley Park were decrypting up to 4,000 Enigma messages per day. Turing's machine evolved. New versions were built. Other departments joined in. American codebreakers, engineers, spies. It became a global effort, and it worked. In 1944, the Allies intercepted key German messages that helped mislead Hitler about the location of the D-Day invasion. While German troops waited in the wrong place, Allied forces stormed the beaches of Normandy. And Enigma, once the most secure cipher in the world, became one of Germany's greatest weaknesses. But not many people knew. After the war, Bletchley Park went silent. The codebreakers were sworn to secrecy. Alan Turing, the man who helped build the modern computer, was never celebrated. In fact, he was prosecuted for being gay and died in disgrace. It took decades for the truth to surface. Today, historians estimate that breaking Enigma shortened the war by at least 2 years. Think about that. Tens of millions of lives were lost in World War II. How many more would have died without Enigma being cracked? It wasn't just weapons and battles that decided the war. It was logic, persistence, and the belief that no code is truly unbreakable. So the next time you hear a story about soldiers and tanks, remember the people in quiet rooms, solving impossible puzzles, saving the world one message at a time.